usually brings her up one out here.
So this can work if we know who makes the motion, who seconds it, and how it turns out. And we need to record it.
Maybe she'll be here before the regular session starts.
Sheila Joe's gonna take notes. Ronnie's gonna pay her $40,000 to do this. Okay. I know it's not in the budget, but. Okay.
I'm not going to vote.
That's right. Okay, well, that's what we'll do then. If you say it's okay, we're gonna do it.
Good?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, stabilization.
We have, all the forms are out and everything else.
6:07. We have a quorum.
Thank you.
Lisa, we trying to check on her. Sort of worried because she's not, worried. Minutes from the previous month. Had a chance to look at those. Any questions, corrections, additions?
Hello. So sorry. My phone died. I think a short one.
Your phone ain't working.
Huh?
Your phone ain't working.
No, it's not. I ran over it last night.
She ran over.
Can I do that with
That
those?
was a short career for you.
Yeah. 40,000 for
I was
you.
gonna say, do you still get paid?
Yeah, on my resume.
Yeah. We done started meetings.
What's up?
Prorate.
You can prorate my pay. Thank you.
Well, at least the camera's rolling anyway.
Go ahead and, no questions on the minutes, financial report.
My apologies, everybody. I was trying to think I want to get with you.
County sheriff headed to your house right now, trying to find you.
Who?
The deputies.
Oh. Well, they
Looking
won't.
at the welfare checking. We're looking at financial report
Okay,
at the moment.
all right.
Any questions, Rose? Water sewer report?
Actually, the water and sewer does not really have anything, we worked with the state and got this line in out here when they shut it down. And now they're gonna shut it down again, but we don't have to do anything for it. You remember the date on that, Ron, when they're gonna shut 82 down?
21st.
21st, from 5 to 1 o'clock in the morning.
Four.
So
And that's
nobody will be able to go out past Happy Valley Road.
Highway 82 and Happy Valley Road?
Yes. They'll be able to go up Happy Valley this time, not go anywhere past that. Wastewater plant running good, no problems, no issues there. Water, we've been running good there, no issues, no problems there. And, I don't foresee anything coming up. So I don't have nothing to report, actually.
Any questions? We'd like to commend Mark and Billy and Wayne. They work till roughly 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, around the state. The state didn't treat us very well in that job either, so that's another report.
Our biggest chore was to keep Ronnie out of the ditches, cause he was there the whole time that we were there. And we thank him for that.
No question on the water sewer report, fire report.
Okay, fire report, we had a total of 14 calls. 6 were, medical. We had 3 grass fires, standby for Station 1 and 2 times for Station 6, which is War Trace. We had 1 weather-related event, 1 farm tractor that burned up, and 1 motor accident. We hosted the 2026 Fire Department Chili Cook-Off. It was a big success. We had several entries. I think we had just as many entries this time as we did the previous year. There was a range of chili from cold to extra hot. All the judges, we'd like to thank them. They did a great job. They had costumes this year. If anybody's seen that, that was pretty funny. They worked their way through tasting the chili, and we did start them off on the mild and worked them up to the hot. So, yeah, the Blackman brothers won. I don't know if y'all know them, but that's our grandsons. And I was not in on tallying the votes, so.
You came in.
I came in third.
Yeah, she came in third,
Kinsey and I did.
and they're not letting her live it down at home either. Thank you all for those that helped with the desserts and the chili entries, with decorations and all the donations. The junior firefighters worked there as well. They worked hard. They're a great group of young people, and they're kind of in the silence. They don't get to hear much, but we thank them as many times as we can. That's all I have on the fire.
Any questions? In fire report? Any commissioner?
We didn't have a big one out.
Chamber of Commerce report?
Don't really have anything to report tonight. We have, this failed after our last meeting, and our next meeting is not till next week. So I'll update you on the following meeting as to how this is gonna work. Or it may be done by then, I don't know. Quilt, sorry, I should have said quilts. Quilts.
Any questions? Parks and Rec committee?
Been a fairly quiet month after a very busy month last month, so we got 10 trees in from the Bedford County Jail donation, and planted, I don't know if they've all been planted yet, I think we've still got a few to plant, but we have planted some of them. The community garden is up and running, looks really good, and I saw they were over there planting stuff in it the other day, so that looks good. We got the restrooms have been open for the season, and the water fountain. We had quite a few pavilion rentals this month already. We've got more coming up in May. We did have our vice chair and park board resign a month before last, and so we elected Bob Benz to take the vice chair position in the park board.
Any questions?
Well, they got out of jail.
Historical committee?
Right now, the only thing I can tell you is that we are getting ready to start over on the landscaping portion of the back alley, just from some incidents that we're having. But I do want to talk to somebody about what I can put up back there in order to block. We've got people driving back there for the fun of it. Not because they're offloading, not because they need something, just cars that are going up into the grass, around the barricades, and then coming back through. So I've got to figure out something else to keep them off the grass over there. So, just because they can.
Off of the,
They're going at the cafe side,
yeah,
and they're going up the hill into the grass by the fence. So between the fence and the post, to get onto the lane to drive back out.
One actually came in from
This side. So we've had both directions, yeah. And this is not offload, this is not anybody that needs to back there, it's not cafe people, it's just
coming through.
because blockades mean nothing up here, you know? I gotta need them brighter, flashing lights,
Or with nails in them.
something, yeah. So anyway, so I need to talk to somebody about what we could do with that, but
Part of this one, targeting.
that's it.
You don't know who it was?
Targeting.
It's been more than one person. It's
Oh.
not been any one person, sorry. So, oh. Betsy offered, somebody offered it off.
Beautification committee, that would be, school.
She's not here.
Yes,
No, Todd's one.
beautification. We're working on the caboose, we're taking the chairs out and getting them powder coated and trying to get them up to speed. And pollinator garden, we're talking about putting in a new irrigation system, so that's in the works. The community garden is planted now, and I've got a list of things that we've planted: watermelon, tomatoes, squash, carrots, lettuce, radish, pumpkin, asparagus, spinach, mustard greens, cantaloupe, okra, and cucumber.
It's a good
So it's a
salad.
pretty big list of plants for a little area, but that's what we got. So, and we're working on irrigation. There you go.
Any questions?
Those customers are some of the rural areas.
Yeah.
That's in
Friends
places.
of Arts Council? Have anybody there? Friends of the Historic Bell Buckle School?
As of, March 31st, we have $85,607.42. Since we incorporated in August of 2022, we've had $98,586 donated. We've received 346 donations in that time period. Murder mystery, stats. We sold 129 tickets. Gross revenue was $13,445.14. Net revenue, $11,051.14. Our expenses were $2,321.44, or 17.36%. In-kind donations for the murder mystery were $15,961. We had 77 items donated for the silent auction, and the performers donated 444 hours worth of time to pull that off, total of $9,230 from the performers. So we definitely had a good group working there. Since incorporation in 2022, we've had over $65,000 in kind donations. We have 3 more board members that joined us, and we're seeking 3 more. We've got 9 and looking for 12 at this point. 2 more events this year. The school reunion is June the 13th at the banquet hall, and then the Sunset Gala will be on September the 26th. We received a response from the Tennessee Department of Health. Would you pass those around each one person? The Department of Health, the Healthy Built Environment letter that we sent off. There were 97 requests for grants. They had 15 grants. We were turned down. We were one of those 85% that didn't get selected to submit a full request. At the most recent meeting, we had Aaron White present. He's a grant writer. Speak with us, and we hope to discuss a working relationship with him further. He's helped writing some grants for Bedford County and several entities in Bedford County, and we're gonna be talking with him on the next few weeks. Last thing I wanted to give you an update on is the aluminum can recycling. We turned in our 8th load since August of 2024. $2,419 pounds worth of aluminum have been collected in bell buckles.
Pretty awesome.
In eight loads. So that's about 302 pounds per load. The prices range from 72 cents to 92 cents. Wish it had been 92 cents all the time, but it's 72 a lot of times. We raised $1,979.84, or about $247 a load.
So how much did you make altogether out of all of that?
Aluminum,
Yeah.
1979.48.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. That's pretty awesome.
Well, updates, I'd like to thank Martha for all the work she did on, the chili cook-off, and also all the others that worked, they worked real hard, and the place looked real great. And, Martha's is running point on this, event Friday night. She's
Yes.
got a poster for Meet the Candidates at the Fire Hall at 6 o'clock.
Yes. And you should all be there because you should talk to these candidates, find out what they're trying to do and what they're gonna do. Find out how their integrity is gonna hold up to their whole campaign, and when they get elected in, we'll know, right? It's important, it really is. A lot of people think, oh, why should I bother, but because it is important, especially because your community matters. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Karen Cottrell has turned in his resignation as the planning commission chair. So, we're looking for, a new chair at the next meeting. One will be appointed, I hope. And I also have to, have somebody to take his seat on the planning commission. So, we're thinking about possible candidates for that.
Is that somebody that has to be in town? Have to live in town for that?
Home property? Home property? We are winding down on the sewer rehab project. We're doing post-test flow testing now, and, to see how much good we did with that
We didn't smile about that.
$175,000 that we put in the ground. So we'll have that report coming up later, when they get all that and get it put together and tell us what the leaks are that we still have, so. Yeah. We have no old business. Oh, I'll go back, another mayoral update, I almost forgot. The installation of the flock camera was supposed to be this week, so, or at least that's what I was told. So, we'll see if that happens. Old business, none. New business, budget amendment. 2025-2026, first reading. An ordinance of the town of Bell Buckle to amend the fiscal year 25-26 budget. Whereas the town of Bell Buckle adopted the fiscal year 25-26 budget by passage of ordinance number 25-002 on June 10, 2025. Whereas pursuant to the Tennessee State Constitution, section 24, article 2, no public money shall be expended except pursuant to appropriations made by law. And whereas pursuant to the municipal budget law of 1982, as found in the Tennessee Code, annotated section 6-56-209, the Board of Mayor and Alderman has the authority to authorize the budget officer to transfer monies from one appropriation to another within the same fund. And now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Mayor and Alderman of the town of Bell Buckle, Tennessee, that changes be made to the fiscal year 2025-26 budget as follows. Section 1, ordinance 25-002 is hereby amended by increasing general government revenue by $15,000 a decrease in fund balance of $15,000. Section 2, the Board of Mayor and Aldermen authorize the town recorder to make said changes in the accounting system. In Section 3, the ordinance shall take effect immediately upon final passage. This will have the reading tonight, and then we'll have another reading at the May 12th meeting. So we'll be voting on that when time comes. Any questions on that? Next item on the new business was, Alderman Wheeler. She wanted to bring up the revision of 7.050 Board of Zoning Appeals ordinance. So we'll put that off for the next meeting. The floor is now open for public input. Mr. Anderson?
I spoke this week with the Tennessee Department of Transportation Director of Right-of-Way. And according to him, explicitly, it would be illegal to install the surveillance system out here until it's assured that it would not be in the right-of-way, but it probably is in the right-of-way. I talked to one of the most respected surveyors in this area, and he gave me a dimension, and I measured, and based on what we've been told by Nakia about what it would see and all that, it probably would be in the right-of-way. I've tried to get a map of the right-of-way from the Tennessee Department of Transportation department that specializes in that, and so far they have not responded. Shane Reeves' office has tried to get that, and they have not had success yet. And Nakia stated explicitly that he does not have a permit. And without a permit, it's most probably illegal to install it. So I'm notifying the town government now that they are proposing to do something that would be in violation of Tennessee Code annotated.
Thank you, Don. Anybody else?
Can I put a poll up? Can I put a security camera up too?
What?
Can I put a camera up too? Or a flagpole? Can anybody put anything on that? It belongs to the town?
It belongs, the strip out there where the trees and stuff
Yeah.
are, it belongs to the town.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. The right of way, I think it's 40 feet from the center line, John. I think that's correct. You can look that up, but the T-Dot right of way is 40 feet from the center line. But since that's an intersection out there, I'm not exactly sure where the center line is. But I would think that the sheriff's department, that the county sheriff would have to get a permit from T-Dot.
Oh, they would have to, or it's illegal.
It's just like putting a walkway.
It's against the law.
Yeah,
The town is proposing to violate the law.
well.
And I also forgot to mention that on September 9th of 2025, this board voted a motion explicitly not to have the system installed until after Flock provided written answers to all of those questions. And 3 members of the board have acknowledged explicitly, reluctantly, but finally acknowledged honestly, that the questions referred to in that motion were all those numbered questions sent to Flock, and Flock has refused to answer those.
Well, I read a lot of the questions, and a lot of those are proprietary. They're not gonna get answered. And Flock does not have to give those answers.
No, they don't have to,
No,
but they're unwilling to.
Yeah, what I'm saying is a lot, I don't know, Nakia, my understanding was Nakia answered the first set of questions.
The
Is
ones that were
correct?
on the petition,
How
and
many
there were
questions- how
only
many questions
13
were on there?
questions. Okay.
9 questions.
All right. Let's, there's nothing else.
I have
Yes, ma'am.
something, and you have something too. Okay. I know that since Betsy's not here, we're not, you guys are not voting on, the Board of Zoning Appeals, but I would just like to speak to that just in case. I just want to speak in support of having zoning decisions made by a 5-person board, not a single administrator. This isn't about personalities, it's about structure, accountability, and protecting the integrity of how decisions are made in our town. Zoning decisions directly impact property, growth, and the future of this community. Those decisions are too important to rest in the hands of one individual, no matter how capable that person may be. A 5-person board ensures balance, discussion, and multiple perspectives. It creates transparency and reduces the risk of bias or unintended influence. Right now, there is already a significant concentration of roles and responsibilities within a small number of individuals in our town. When leadership positions overlap across departments, whether it's fire, utilities, or other areas, it becomes even more important that zoning decisions remain independent and are shared among a group. We also have to consider public perception and trust. When one person holds multiple roles and is also pursuing an elected office, it can create the appearance of a conflict of interest, even if none is intended. And perception matters. Trust in our local government depends on decisions being made openly, fairly, and with checks and balances in place. A 5-person board provides that safeguard. It ensures that no single voice carries all the weight and that decisions reflect the community, not just one perspective. This is about setting up a system that serves this town well, not just today, but years down the road. I respectfully ask that when you are able to vote, to have a zoning decisions made by a 5-person board and not an administrator.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought last time you all deferred, changing the ordinance to 5 people on the zoning appeals, and you deferred that to this meeting. Are you not gonna vote on that tonight?
The person that put it on the agenda is not here to speak to it.
That's complete.
Okay, but it was deferred from last time, so by law, shouldn't it, I mean, if you deferred from last meeting to this meeting, usually that means you're gonna do something this meeting, but you're not gonna do anything about it because Bessie's not here? You
Not
have a
without her
quorum.
being here,
Huh?
not without her being here.
Okay, well, you have a
I think
quorum.
it's just right that she should be here to speak to it, don't you?
Well, I thought she spoke to it pretty well last meeting.
Well,
You all just decided to defer,
I guess we'll
so you're gonna defer again.
make a motion to defer this time.
Okay, got it.
All right. Any other?
Got a couple. I was also gonna speak to that as well, not as eloquently as Jenny did, but I wanted to say that as a chamber, member of the chamber and member of the board, I can't speak for my entire chamber, but, for the board, I can. We've all had this discussion and we all agree that this is something that can be detrimental to our town for more reasons than just residential, but also the businesses. So we all, 3 of us are actually here tonight of the board. We would all like to say the exact same thing, that we do not feel like it is, it's beneficial to this town at all to have a single person be in charge of so many people's, residencies and businesses and just daily activities, because I think it would affect everything. I don't understand.
Well,
Diversity matters.
because the state
Thank you.
law there was David, you had the state, the state decided that might be a good idea, but
Right,
we
but it was
decided, but we
reversed.
could decided,
Yes.
we didn't want it.
It was reversed and it said it was recommended, not mandatory.
Right.
So at that point, I think and it's probably for this reason. I
Yeah.
guarantee you that somewhere up the line, somebody else has had a problem with it, and this is probably why it got
That's
reversed.
just way too much
But
power.
I agree, for the rest of that, though, I also wanna ask a question, this is just a question. Think about it, and you don't have to answer me tonight. I'm just curious, because about the dump trucks that are going through town, they're flying through town. I cannot tell you how many times I have sat in my driveway or just at my house, and I'm hearing people speeding through town, flying through town, doing donuts in town last night. What happened to our, having an officer in town? We've had one the whole time I've been here until this last.
Last couple of weeks have been an service.
Or why do we no longer have an officer in town? Why do we no longer have an officer?
We have not hired a full-time person.
Okay, but then my question is why? Why do we not have one?
You should call Mark Clanton.
Trying to find somebody to take the job.
Is that seriously all it is? Cause I mean, I'm just curious, cause we've not had anybody really since Tommy. And he's been gone a good amount of time.
We don't pay enough, they don't.
And we're getting flogged, so we don't need an officer.
Well, we need somebody to control all this traffic. This is ridiculous. I mean, it's
We
getting
had
bad.
to do, you know, we budgeted for a police officer.
And you had another car go off the train track last night. Again. So, somebody's gonna have to die for that one to get fixed.
I guess.
I'm just saying it.
No,
out
that's
Well,
not, no, don't say I guess.
That.
That's not cool.
I did.
You just said I guess. I mean, I guess somebody's gonna have to die.
We talked to CDOT, we
This
talked to
way, and they
CSX.
fall off, over by the track. I should
But
say, not
we're-
off the track, but by the track. Yeah.
CSX moves slow, they don't get very many.
They don't, and they've left rude comments about it.
We
and
can't get anybody.
That's horrible.
So
But-
it's not the
You
only one
talked
that's
to 'em?
contacted TDOT and CSX. I've contacted them multiple times.
Yeah,
I've
they
left
don't care
multiple
either.
messages.
That's why
I've
we need a
said-
vote, to get someone in here that's gonna listen to you and get things done.
Well, I think what we all need to do is we all need to pick up the phone
It's
and
not
call
just,
CSX.
it's not just.
That's my opinion.
Share local.
Everybody that's in here
I'm
right
not
now.
talking about, I mean, I'm talking going statewide.
Yeah.
Okay, we got too many people talking at one time.
Well, if my buzzer hadn't gone off, I would like to recommend that everybody pick up the phone and call CSX. That's all I got.
Want them to slow down?
No, I want them to put something up right there that keeps them from falling literally off the road. They get their car stuck, and we have to go pull them back out. Yeah, they've been stuck on the tracks multiple times, sorry, I know, I'm over.
Ms. Stager?
Where are you advertising the position for a policeman?
We, mostly word of mouth and looking for, talking to local law enforcement on the county level, as far as we've gone. We had one person call about it, and then they decided they weren't interested in it. Had a young lady from, Petersburg come over here and, talk to her, and I think she was just using us as a ploy to get more money and be kept over there, but anyway, it's my fault.
It just seems like you should advertise, other than just word of mouth.
Something besides word of mouth.
If you really want somebody-
Well, and also we gotta keep in mind that if we're just doing local, Tommy came from Nashville.
Which one?
Tommy,
Yeah, he lived in Beach
he was a
Grove.
metro police officer, so if we're just advertising locally, I think we're missing an entire group of people that could
Matt
potentially
is,
be here.
somewhere,
Yeah, he was Nashville.
so I guess we'll have to go further. We'll check on it.
At least in Murfreesboro. That would be that to me.
Any more public input?
Hopefully much smaller, but I just have a concern about the posts that are out front still. We're coming up on a major event with thousands and thousands of people, and unfortunately, it's not uncommon that we have visitors that come into the shops asking for Band-Aids because they've cut themselves on a nail or on a piece of wood. The one right here looks like if somebody leaned on it too hard, that corner is gonna fall off. But it's all the way down. I've kind of, as the race director, started to look around for potholes and things like that, so that we can not have any kind of liabilities in town from dangers that somebody is gonna injure themselves. So I would love to see if we could get those repaired. I tried at one point to, probably sold by the time it got to you, the post idea. I've seen several other ones just this week that I've seen on Facebook Marketplace that are posts that could easily rectify the problem out there.
But Betsy and I've been talking about these posts, and I have a place, honestly, I've been buying cedar lumber from, and they have.
And that's probably one of them that I looked at.
I hate to be that person, I keep adding on, but some of these posts, when we did this the last time, it was because the last wrap had rotted. But we're not so sure that the original posts that were under the last wrap are not still intact. It could be as easy as stripping some of these posts down past the wraps. We may have good posts under them. That's what Greg's getting ready to do. Is just see if any of it is the existing, but, cause I don't know, glue wrapped them the last time, but some of these look like they're still intact under the wrap.
The killer guy did all this out there, didn't
Yeah, yes, he did all this with the wrong lumber. But the one before that, the wrap that was there before that used to have like the guitars on it and the ladybugs and the butterfly, all that stuff, that was the wrap that had rotted. So we went to this as a solution, we thought. But we're not too sure that there's not still some intact, turned posts under the wrap. Because I didn't see them before we wrapped them.
You can see some of
Yeah,
it.
Greg, you can see part of Greg's, it looks like the turned post is still there. So it might just be as simple as, yeah, unwrapping them.
I'd like to add a PS. I'd like it in the minutes that the board has been officially notified that the installation of a flock surveillance system would be a violation of Tennessee state law. And if the board allows it, the board will be acting illegally and they should all resign. I want that in the minutes, please.
They're allowing it though.
Well, you wouldn't go to the Bedford County Sheriff's Department and say, hey, we're fixing to sue you because you're doing something illegal.
Oh, you
Why
don't
not?
think so? I'm going to.
Well, the thing is what I'm saying to John is, I don't think it's our decision if they, that we're not responsible if they do it illegally. It would be the
I'm going to
County
communicate
Sheriff's Department.
with the sheriff's
Because
department,
they're the ones
believe me.
installing
It's like
it.
if you're letting someone paint a
Too many
cross.
people talking.
Is that
One
what
at
you're
a time,
saying?
please.
Huh?
One at a time.
So I just wanna make sure I'm understanding. So everyone in here at the table is okay with the flock system being installed. You guys are okay with it. And then separately, knowing that it is an illegal installation, and you're okay with that, because there is stuff that you can do to prohibit this from happening, that you are not doing it. And I feel like that's kind of a disservice to your constituents, the people in this town, because knowing that it's gonna be put out there and you're okay with that, you're like, nah, no big deal if it's illegal, it kind of makes you guys look like, and pardon me, because I do respect you guys, like fools. Because you're saying you really don't care about the people in this town and how they feel, and you don't care about the law, and then it's coming from also the county, the sheriff's office and the KIA, and then if they're not caring about the law, then what the hell? I mean, it makes you guys look like fools, and that makes me sad, because I respect you guys. And it's not just gonna be today, it's gonna be tomorrow, it's gonna be next week, it's gonna be next year, 5 years from now. And your kids and your grandkids are gonna be like, oh, sorry about that. That was my grandpa, that was my grandma, that was, because it makes you look silly and ignorant, and that's not cool, because this is our town. And if the people that we have in charge are not gonna take a stand against something that is this important, you don't care that it's illegal, you don't care that it's being installed, and most of us are not wanting that, you're just gonna let it happen. So you're gonna let something illegal happen in our town just because. Oh, just because. I'd like to know how you feel about that, because that's actually very important to me to know how you guys feel about that. I'm not saying okay about flock, I'm saying okay with something like this happening that's illegal, that you think you can't stop, and you can. You can take a stand. Stand with us. We don't want it.
Thank you. Anything else on the public input?
I agree with what she was saying, and I am one of the people who's going to be raising the next generation, and I do not want to have them have to deal with all of the implications that the flock camera can bring, and it's something that I've looked into. And from the meeting that we had prior, I wish that more of our questions would are answered to know how and why you guys came to the decision to allow it to be added. because it felt like in that meeting you guys weren't aware of a lot of the questions that we had or a lot of the potential capabilities it has in the future. And I trust that you guys are trying to do what you think is personally best, but as she stated, a lot of us in the community do not want it up there. And so I just would also like to state that as someone raising young children, I do not want it up there either.
Does anybody else agree with us? Anybody?
I do, of course.
I mean, I'd like to see your hands if you agree. So this
And
is
Annie,
just
I
a
am
few
gonna
of us.
contact the sheriff's department. Absolutely.
I think it'll be interesting, I think maybe we need to call the sheriff's department tomorrow and just ask them if they've gotten a permit from
They
T-Mobile.
don't.
They don't.
They do not
You know
have it.
that?
Even if they
Yeah,
have a
Nakia
permit,
has
we don't
stated
want
They
it.
do not have it.
Do they intend to get a permit?
Well,
It doesn't look like it.
I obtained an email from Flock to the Bedford County. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and say Robert Daniel, the head of Director of Finance. I went in and filled out the proper form and all, and got a copy of an email that Flock sent to him. And I meant to bring it to this meeting, but then I thought I wouldn't, because I didn't want the Flock thing to even come up, because I thought we had closure on it, that it's not gonna happen. That's what I thought. But according to the email from Flock, there is no installation planned in this coming week for bell buckle. I have the list. They are installing some in Bedford County, but bell buckle is not on the Flock list. And again, from Nakia, from his mouth, they do not have a permit, and that makes it illegal. It's against the law. And for the board to say, well, we don't care if it's against the law, I agree. That's just outrageous.
May I ask how, if you don't mind, how you know that they were gonna install it? Who told you that was gonna be installed this week? Nakia told you that it would be installed here in Bell Buckle this week. So he does not have a permit. Apparently no intention of a permit, and he told you, and you're okay with that? Illegally doing this?
No,
They have a permit, according to Nakia.
he does have a permit.
He just said yes.
He
just said yes.
Arguing with her, I didn't say it.
I'm not arguing about it, I'm just providing the
he said that they
information.
did not.
Tonight at,
Okay.
So the last information we got is what we're
6:48.
saying, the last information prior to this meeting was that he
I
did not.
understand, and that's why I asked him.
Can we see the permit?
We're probably not right now.
Well, no, but before it's installed, can we see the
I'm sure
permit?
they would have to present it to the town, I mean, to the officer. I don't know,
Okay, could you ask him since you're communicating with him?
Anybody else?
Can you speak to why you decided to allow the camera? Can you speak to how you came to the decision to add the camera?
I'm sorry that.
Can you speak to why and how you you came to the decision to allow the camera to go up? Like your reasoning behind why you think it's like something that we should have in the town?
The board voted to do it.
Yes.
And
I'm
why?
only one person.
Right.
But then
Why?
the board voted not to do it until all those questions got answered. And if some of them are inappropriate or something,
We've already answered all
most of them, no, they have not been. Okay, how about this one? Could it, if DHS notified the sheriff's department that they had information that a terrorist was gonna murder thousands of people at some big event soon, and they believe that that terrorist is in the Bell Buckle area, and they have his facial image, could the sheriff's department, from the Flock system, arrange to have facial imagery extracted?
That is not for this camera, it's for license reading and.
No, that is false. I know more
John-
about it than you do.
John, we did actually discuss this when they brought that up. The Flock system, the facial recognition has to be purchased separately.
And has to be.
But it
But
can
it has
be
to-
extracted.
Yes, but we had that whole conversation at another meeting.
Okay.
And they said that this was not something that they were gonna be doing. Can I say one thing, and I'll just throw this out? I'm not going for or against what this block camera is right now, because I think it's too much. But I will say that you guys threw that information out tonight about it being illegal to a board that's not heard this before, and trashing them at the table is probably not the right thing to do. This is a board that we want to work for us, not against us. So if we could just maybe say, it's illegal, you found out information, could you check on it and get back with us? Rather than just attacking. I think we're all in the wrong for attacking, and I think we are in the wrong if we don't check it out. So if you guys could just check it out and then get back with everybody, I think that would be the best thing to do.
I think that'd be a great thing for you to check it out with Nikki to be sure.
Anybody else? Going to the meeting. You have a motion to dispense with reading of the minutes. We'll be doing that later. Motion to dispense with reading of the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Approval of the minutes from previous month.
Move approval.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Any questions? Motion to approve. I'm sorry. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, see now, I'm on to, financial report. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve those.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. That was all, get down to the budget amendments. Is there a motion, what's the pleasure of the board on this, amending fiscal year, 25-26 budget?
It would make the motion to approve the first reading.
First reading, yes.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Second. Discussion? Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. So ordered. And that concludes the business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Maybe we should back up and motion to defer the zoning appeals discussion revision.
I'll make that motion.
For a second.
I'll second.
Any further discussion on that? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. And we have a motion on the floor to adjourn. And a second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Like sign.